All right, we're at Home Depot. We got to get some lumber. We're going to try to build this stage for less than $100. I estimated I'm going to need about 12 2x3x6s and 25 square feet of ply. I'm going to try to find some cheap stuff. I don't need anything too special, so I'm going to paint that anyways. So 5 feet by 5 feet, 25 square feet. I can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need like 7 2x2 pieces of ply. So I'm gonna try to get that so I don't have to cut anything and then just trim off the side. So let's go to Home Depot and see what we can find. All right, I got all the lumber behind me. They didn't have 6 footers, they had 8 footers. So I was planning on getting 12 6 footers. I think that was gonna be enough. But the 8 footers were actually the same price as I estimated. The 8 footers were the same price as the 6 footers. So I got 12 anyways. Now, I forgot, I didn't take in consideration screws. Now, in theory, I probably had enough screws in my box of random screws to get this done, but I didn't want to chance it because I didn't want to have to go back to the store. I don't know how many I have. I wish I had a nice inventory. You could always use screws. I'm not going to use screws. So those were $7.50 a piece. So I got 2 of them. That was 15. They didn't have the 2x2 pieces of plywood I wanted. It's about I don't know, 30 seconds. So it's almost half. It's like, the next step. 30 seconds. I'm trying to do math in my head real quick. It's more than a quarter, less than a half. How's that sound? 3/8, I guess you could say it's probably close to. Which I picked up the 1/4 inch and it was too flimsy. This was a little more stiffer. They didn't have 2x2 sheets. They had 2x4s. Divided by 2 was $15.50 for each. There was about 7 1/4 a piece. That's what I estimated the 2x2s to be. Nevertheless, so there you go. I have, I needed 25 square feet, 2x2. If I got 3 sheets, I would have been 24 square feet. I would have been, a square foot shy. So I had to get an extra one. So I have an extra, 7 square feet. So I'm actually going to use that in the front of the platform, which makes sense. So I got 12 2x3s as well, even though I probably didn't need as many since they were 8 footers. So I had an extra 2 feet, but I could probably use the wood somewhere. So I'm going to figure out a way to not waste this and to minimize. I didn't waste much when I did the workbench. So there we go. 148 was the total. So I'm $48 over of what I wanted to do this for under 100. Even if I end up just using 10 of these 2x3s, they're $5, $6 a piece. So I'm still going to be over. So I'm going to be over around. So $150 will get this thing completely done. I shouldn't have to buy any more lumber, and I should have some left over for some other projects. So that's the idea. So I'm a little bit over. Cost of wood just ridiculous now. I remember when a 2x3 was, $3. So I'm doubling the price of the 2x3. So whatever, no big deal. $150, I got this done. Let's take all the wood. I got it all loaded up, in and out in 20 minutes. And, $8 was tax too. I hate paying for taxes. So I usually go to New Hampshire, but I have to get the little guy, and I didn't want to drag him through Home Depot. It's just easy for me to get the wood first, then get the little guy. So heading home. I'm gonna try to start the project tonight. We'll see how it goes. So, all right, well, we made it home. Get the lumber there, the plywood, get the screws. We actually added a fire extinguisher per request to my dad, who says probably a good idea. And we're gonna move all this stuff because this platform's gonna go right over there. And like I think I said before, it has to be at least 8 inches because that's the existent bottom step of the porch that was once outside this wall. That I think in the late 70s they enclosed this all in, got rid of those steps, so obviously they didn't get rid of the concrete there. So we're gonna build it up on over that, and so I guess gonna move all the stuff into that part of the cellar and clear the space open a little bit, and then we can get in there, clean up, and start doing what we gotta do. All right, we got the area cleaned out. Looks a lot nicer. We did find a little mouse in rigor mortis that must have been killed probably 2 years ago. But he's finally gone. But notice the moisture, when we talked about this last video, coming through the wall. And over here, very moist. So I'm thinking we're definitely gonna do some serious sealing. You can see it was kind of a half-assed concrete job around this, old, landing, I guess you could say it was. But there seems to be the only water, which is not actually that bad. Now, of course, the floor has some, but we're gonna throw some self-leveler on this floor when we do it, and then seal it as well, as long as the wall. So I'm really not concerned. I was thinking about jackhammering this out. Perhaps, maybe we'll do that. We'll see. All depends on how easy this is to come apart. But yeah, so now we can kind of lay out our platform, and like it's gonna go over that. So we get the tape measure out and see where we're going. All right, and this is where we're gonna end it tonight. So you can basically see what we're gonna do here with these rigs. We got kind of like the T-stud, and then we're gonna bring them across like so, and have something in the middle here. So we're gonna kind of make this pretty sturdy. So I gotta put a couple more, structures here, and here, and then have a nice little square area for us to screw in. So it is getting late, so we're gonna continue this project tomorrow. We should get this done in a few hours and have it ready to go. So we'll see that. All right, so it's next morning. So I got the frame kind of idea set up. What I really want to do is I want to square this corner at a 90. So I'm actually gonna put one platform on there, square it off, and flip it over and build the structure from underneath. So I think it's probably the best way to do it. And then I'll put another finished piece here, and then I'll make my cuts around the edges because it's gonna be so kind of goofy against the wall anyways. So I'd rather have nice finish edge on this side. So let's do that. All right, so we're pretty far along here. We got two of the platforms on, so these are the two 2x4s we don't have to cut. Obviously the finished edges you're gonna see. Everything's pretty secure. I mean, we can go on this thing right now, we can jump. This thing's not going anywhere. There's a little bit of flex because we're using, like looks like 1/4 inch ply. I could have used thicker, but unfortunately it's very expensive. So I'm trying to do this on the cheap. So you notice a few things. I had to kind of engineer. I had everything 2 feet apart. With this thin plywood, it wasn't gonna work. It was too wobbly. So I added an extra row of support. When you do the price, it was like an extra 2x3x4, which is $5, rather than thicker plywood, which was double the price. So it was a cheaper expense, and I had bought extra wood. So far, this is all we got left for extra wood. We got one 2x3x8 and half a 2x3x8. So looks pretty good. I think that's all we're gonna probably need for lumber at this point. I had to kind of do some modification over here, as you can see, as we're going over the concrete uneven stoop. So a lot of these studs underneath the structure, you can see a lot of those are all different heights because this is not level, but the stage will be level, which would be nice. So we're gonna now measure for the piece of plywood that's gonna go there and the two back there, and then get that all screwed into place. And then we're gonna see what we have left over for material, because I may put a skirt in the front. Why not? We'll see. If we don't have enough, not a big deal. If we do, great. So, and then with the old spray paint, I think I'm gonna spray it all black. See what that looks like. Cool. This is when that table saw will come in handy. I don't have the table saw yet, so unfortunately what I'm gonna do is use the, I built a rail. I measured, it was 12 and a quarter space I need over here. So I built myself a rail, I screwed it into the workbench, and then I'm just gonna use this jigsaw and just cut the piece I need. This side doesn't have to be clean because it's gonna go against the wall anyway, so let's see how this works. All right, so that idea sucked. In fact, I didn't measure right. I actually chipped away some of the bench, which is fine. That's what this bench is for. Just get beat up, so I'm not gonna worry about it. But the wall's so uneven anyways. Even if I had a table saw, I still would have had to do some altercation. So I had to chip away at it a little bit on the edge, but it's pretty tight. If I really want to get fancy, I can throw pieces of molding around when it's all said and done. But this part's over here going to be the problem, I think. Once it gets over to the concrete, I'm really going to have to do some chipping away and whatnot. So let me do these last two pieces, and then we'll go from there. All right, so now we got the entire top done. As you can see, it's pretty sturdy. I didn't realize this thing is like in head, so I gotta cut back the electrical. I follow the electrical line. Apparently this is hooked up to a light inside there, so it's gonna disconnect it from there. Then I can take all this out, and then I'll be clear from electrical in here, which would be good. And I had enough of the plywood for this side over here. I'm gonna see what I have left outside from that last project I did. So maybe do the front here, and then this will be done, and I can just paint it. All right, look, we got enough pieces from the outside project to use. It's a little bit thinner, but it doesn't really matter, it's just a skirt. So Not so square over there, but it will do. Once it's painted, you can really notice. So yeah, we got a few more screws there. Then we're gonna give it a paint job tonight, and tomorrow we'll set this thing up for all the equipment for the music. So that's the goal. So stay tuned. All right, this is the finished product. We just painted it. Actually, the black looks nice because you really can't see the uneven edges around the corner. But we are done. So we have now, I just gotta let it dry, and then tomorrow I can put the equipment on there, and we'll be good to go. So yeah, so it came, the only extra piece we had left over was this one 2x3, which is about $6. So 148 minus 6, 142 with tax. 142 with tax total. I did have some extra pieces. We probably could have used another piece of ply to finish the sides. So you figure, call it about $150. That includes the screws, that includes the wood, that includes the ply, and the paint. So $150 to get this done. Not too shabby, and it's a pretty sturdy stage. It's a little extra over engineered. I know if you're watching this video, you're probably saying, well, why do you engineer it that? But I'd rather it be stronger than not strong at all. It's gonna hold the drum set. It's gonna take a lot of vibration. So as long as it's sturdy, it can hold the weight, we're good to go. So we'll have an update of this room. We're doing a lot of stuff to this room. Like I said, it's the temporary workshop music room until we get basement on. This is gonna be like this probably for the next couple years. So here we go. And thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. And like I said, leave your comments below. Also like it because it helps the algorithm here on YouTube. And if you have any suggestions or anything I should have done differently for any future projects, let me know. I want to know because I'm not a carpenter per se, but I you know, I've been doing it long enough. You never stop learning. So just let me know, and hope you like the stage. See you guys later.